decided that I like the gray on this car here. There she is. I like the gray and the orange, and it looks pretty good, so I just gonna touch it up with the brush. And then I'll come back, touch up the orange a little, and put on the silver, you know, the silver grille and the lights and that. The wheels are gray already. I just gave them another coat with just a brush. I'm not respraying them. I think it's enough work on it, and kind of like the gray and orange for a change. Doesn't really matter. You know, they're resprayed old Dinkies, and they don't really fetch much, so I just do it for a hobby, and I like the color, so I left it. And so I'm not doing the cream. And touch up the orange a little, put on the silver lights and the grille, and then we'll put on the base plate, which is painted black, and the wheels, and it'll be done. How easy. Another couple of days. That has to dry for a day or 2 days if you want to polish it or anything. If you want to use car cream or anything to polish it, you got to leave it for like 3 days, 4 days anyways. So, but I don't know. I think the orange is okay, but the gray may need polishing. I don't know yet. I'll have look later on and decide. Yeah, so when you're putting on the Jaguar shaft, of course, this steps out, so make sure the writing's the right way around. I've seen people do that the wrong way. Not too often, but it does happen. And now this shaft has to step in. So when you hammer the other end of this shaft, it has to fit into there. Can you see that? It's overstepping. I don't think I'll flatten that much, but it needs room to get in there, right? All right. So I'm going to grind that off a little bit more, and we're going to try to step it in. And then we'll put the second wheel on and hammer these wheels on first, and then we'll insert it so we don't damage the car too much. Okay, so when I put it in, it's very close to fitting. Once I knock this down, it should be close enough. Otherwise, I can just grind off the ends of the heads. So what we're going to do is put on the second wheel and try to make it fit, which is this one here. Looks right. Now I have a dimple in the end of this vise, like a round piece, which helps me put this in here, see? See, it goes in there, and then I tap this. And we'll keep doing that until the wheel doesn't come off. Right? I mean, I can do it on the vise too, but patience. Don't hit it too hard. You'll bend the shaft if you hit too hard. It's getting there, it's flaring out. Still not big enough. Shaft feels a bit loose, actually. I should have used maybe a clothes hanger. You got to turn it around. It's getting larger. That's a pretty large hole there. Anyways, tap a bit more and it'll be done. How am I going to show it? I forgot to put the plate through the actual plate itself, which is hilarious. But it's through now, so it's okay. It's nearly catching. And back down into that hole, that pivot down there. And I got a little bit bigger pliers now, so hammer. There she is. She's catching enough not to worry about it. Oh, a little bit off there. We'll do a bit more just for security reasons. Make sure it doesn't come off. Because it was loose and it was having a hard time, I just went and cut another shaft. And I'm going to flatten one end here. It's coat hanger, so it's soft metal, easier to handle, fits the wheel better, and is going to be actually quicker than messing with the old one. Right? It flares up quicker. So, you know, see, this one's already got a little burr on it from just hitting it. I can't get it through, so we'll just clear that off a little bit. What we want to have in the end is a tight fit. There you go, see? See that, how quick that was to hammer down compared with the other one? Give me a bit of a tough time flattening. That's because some of these shafts were a little harder, you know, and the back one I used a pop rivet, which is softer, which is nearly better. And this one's a bit loose. I don't know if I should just take it off and exchange it for a pop rivet. We'll keep going for another sec. Using a little heavier hammer because of it. Turn off the heat for a minute so we can hear each other. There we go. I like it just to flare out a bit more. You can see how it's still coming up to the cap of the ring there, which it shouldn't. That's how loose it is in there. So not happy with the shafts that they have in this, but these are the originals. A little harder. That's not going to come off anyway, so. So what we're going to do is countersink these a little so I can get some kind of a nail or something in there. They don't look too healthy, to be honest. It's got a center point there now, nearly dead center. That's pretty good. This one's better. Let's get it center there again. Oops, I don't know. This latest, my jaws open up. Old drill. So I need to force it up that way a bit. This way. It went a little bit off center, they did. Trying to bring them back a bit. I quite like that. I've got two fairly center. I don't know whether I'll drill them in a bit or just epoxy it on. All I gotta do is put a little head in there. Due to the holes being egged out so far, trying to get the rivets off the post, I'm going to put a little washer in there, which I normally don't do, and then a rivet. I mean, it's the only thing I can do at this stage, but you know, it's a pretty good restoration still. A little bit disappointing that way, but you know, you have to sometimes let it go. So I'm going to epoxy it all in, and then I'm going to poke them and epoxy them in the holes. So there's the rivets. They didn't go in great, but they're epoxied in. I'm going to let this all dry and just hope it all holds. I mean, it looks as good as I can get with those egged out plates, but you know, it's turned out pretty good. And basically, that's kind of the end of the renovation of this. And I might do some little touch-ups on the bottom there, see the little marks there, but otherwise the renovation finished. So, thanks for watching.